Alright troops, it's your man Chris Scullion from TireLhack.com with another video, and today is a very special one because I'm joined by a special guest. Welcome to the very first time on Tyrell Hack, my brother Kevin Scullion. Alright son, how's it going?
Not bad, how's things?
Adequate, good, because we are just back from Paradise, Celtic Park, where we've been playing Pro Evolution Soccer 2019, or Pro Ev as we call it. Mm-hmm. I found out recently that a lot of people call it Pro Evo or PES, but never Pro Ev. I think that's maybe just a Glasgow thing, but that's all good. But yeah, so we've been, the reason Kev was with me is because we have spent our entire life playing Pro Evolution Soccer / International Superstar Soccer series ever since the SNES days, and I figured if I was going to go and play the new one, can't really christen a new Pro Ev without the wee man, like, well, I suppose the wee man, you're bigger than me, taller than me.
Better in Pro Ev skills, man.
That's true.
But you're right, when was the first one out, man, the first ISS?
The first ISS was something like 92, 93.
So I was, what, man, 86 I was born,
so you were about 7?
Still kicking ass at 7, man.
Still kicking ass and taking names and playing games at 7.
Now, what's bizarre though is that, thinking back to it, because I always have fond memories of Galfano being the greatest player, but it was always you winning it, man, because I was Brazil.
That's true, because back in the day they had fake player names, so there wasn't. Alejo for Brazil, Galfano for Italy, who was blatantly Roberto Baggio. Yeah. And it wasn't really until later dates, I think maybe ISS 98, which we didn't have on the N64, they started getting real names. But yeah, so that was our first one we played, was ISS on the SNES, and then we upgraded to ISS 64.
No, we had Deluxe as well, didn't we?
We did have Deluxe for a wee while, didn't we? Yeah. And then we upgraded to the N64 one, and then that was it for a wee while until the first Pro Evolution Soccer came out on PlayStation 2. And from that point on, it's always been Pro Ev. I went off it for a wee while and moved to FIFA, but you stuck with it. Hardcore Pro Ev. That's one of the other reasons I brought you along, is because you're kind of more, not more into it, because I'd still play it every year, but you kind of, when you play it, you properly play it and spend hours a day on it, or did at least before the kids came along. So it took you along, and so we were playing a bit of Pro Ev 2019. One of the main reasons is because Celtic will be in it. Celtic haven't even been in the game since about 2012, 2013. So not only are they back, but they're like a partner team, which means all their faces are scanned, and Celtic Park's going to be in it. But they weren't in the demo we played today because we're scanning them today. But yeah, what were your first impressions? When you haven't played a Pro Ev for a couple of years.
The last one I played was 2016 on the 360. That's purely because obviously the amount of time playing games is a lot less now than what it used to be. So it was been a massive step. It's next gen and everything else, man. So it looked really good, and some of the kind of celebrations and stuff in it. It's also good to realise that it's still undefeated, man. I think you got a couple of kind of lucky.
I won a couple of games, to be fair.
You did win, but I think it's one of those things. It's almost like riding a bike when it comes to play. They can polish it up as much as they want, but those core skills, man, you put the hours in, and it pays dividends.
That's true. So it does pay dividends.
But no, the thing I thought was the most enjoyable was the fact that the movement of the players seems a lot fluid. Now I don't know if that's just this year or 2016, because I felt as if I could play for a foul a bit better, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of occasions where I was kind of coming for the ball and you'd kind of quickly turn it on a sixpence to veer back to it, so I went right through you, scythed right through you. Which was really annoying, but I suppose that's part of it.
It's enjoyable. I can see that as being extremely, because I think that the reason why we consistently played Pro Ev is because it meant everything in those games, man, and it was like that tension, and if you didn't win, you'd be angry the following day, man. If you did win, because we used to obviously play for the Bear Cup as well. I don't know if that's something I've spoken for it.
It's no, but I'll put a picture of it up right now. This is the Bear Cup. We used to all our lives. Well, I don't know about all our lives, but since certainly N64 days, we played for the Bear Cup, which is basically just a stupid.
But what we also introduced though, which was genius, I can't remember who introduced this aspect, was whoever lost had to present the trophy. So it's almost like as tense as the game was, as soon as that you had to present it. It was like the most humiliating thing ever.
Yeah, it was presenting the Bear Cup to whoever won that game. So it was, there's a lot riding on them. And even today, even though today's games, because it was a demo environment, weren't for the Bear Cup,
it's your pride, but
it is your pride. Your pride it stings losing.
Because you're in an environment there where there's other journalists and stuff like that, and watching the thing and just playing it for the sake of it. But I think it was pretty obvious for everybody in that room that it meant more to us. Exactly. There was.
Well, let's just say we're lucky that people weren't that close to us when we were playing it, because there was a lot of language being thrown about.
From yourself, right?
Well, from both of us. It's just when two titans of the sport come together like that. It's
almost like Ronaldo and Messi sitting down.
Exactly.
They're not going to sit and play for their role calmly.
No.
Look at their integrity and intensity.
Well, they've got their careers and their families to play for.
At the end of the day, they've both got to look at themselves in the mirror that night and think, what could I have done better?
Yeah, exactly. Where did I go right and where did I go wrong?
The word demo doesn't come into it, and the word friendly doesn't come into it.
This is all correct. So I mean, I'll be the first I'll throw my cards on the table and say that I didn't win too many games today, but the ones I did win were fairly spectacular. Certainly the highlights of the day, I would say.
One of the highlights for me was finding that big laddie, Junior. He's a player, that boy.
For who was he playing with? Flamengo.
Yeah. He's a player, that laddie.
He's decent. But yeah, overall, I think you're talking about the movement like they're talking about this improved first touch thing, where the last few games have had this kind of first touch thing where wherever the ball lands, the player will adjust their body so they can get a good touch on the ball, and they've improved it again this time. So if it's a high one and they're a talented enough player, they can raise their leg and kind of catch it with their thigh and stuff like that. And obviously if your player's shite, then it'll bounce off them or they won't be able to reach it or whatever. So that's quite good. But I think a lot of the teams we were playing as were all good, so most of the first touches were kind of decent, so they didn't really get a chance to see how that'll go if it goes bad.
I think you could see that though with the games, because it was Barcelona you were when you beat me, and I think you'd seen that when you were playing as Messi, because it was like the touch was different class, man.
Yeah, it was
like goals outside the box, it was half decent.
Aye, exactly. I mean, you'll probably be seeing them during this video when I do it. But yeah, like Messi, it got to the point where I felt like I could kind of score for fun with him, but
I wouldn't go that far. No.
Well, maybe a couple of lucky 30-yard screamers,
lucky punches.
But no, it was it's good. I'm happy with it. So yeah, like I say, it's out at the end of the month, end of August. Celtic's going to be in it. There's a special Celtic edition which we've both pre-ordered already. There's also a special Rangers edition. We don't need to do that. You don't need to buy that one. That's unnecessary. That'll be $3.99 in Sports Direct by the end of September.
I just think there's something quite poignant about it today, though, in terms of the fact that we're sitting at Parkhead. You talk about the ISS days when it was when we shared the bedroom, and it was just me and you sitting laying there bunk beds or split up bunk beds, sitting playing it on a SNES every morning, and that tension was still there today. But behind us, if I look past the screen, I can see Parkhead there.
No,
and you couldn't have wrote a better kind of experience to play it. So.
No, definitely not. And it was always like every time a new Pro Ev game came out, we'd have the same routine. We'd get it home. If we were staying in the same house, we'd bring it home, or if not, we'd bring our own copies home to our own houses. Load up the Celtic team and see who had a real face, because obviously Celtic isn't, or to the greater footballing world isn't like a Barcelona or a Real Madrid, but those people are wrong. But so obviously developers have to prioritise who gets the real faces. And more often than not, teams like Celtic just have generic looking players who look like fucking mannequin dolls, except for one or two like who play national football. It used to be back in the Pro Ev 3 and 4 days that anyone who played for a national team got the real face, and anyone who didn't. So Scott Brown kind of had a real face. Sean Maloney sort of had a real face, but it looked weird. And all the rest didn't. But now, so we'd always say it for years, would it not be amazing if all the Celtic team had real faces? And then on top of that, would it not be amazing if Celtic Park was in it? And now both those things are happening. All the players are getting scanned. Celtic Park's in it. and on top of that, the rest of the Scottish Premiership.
That's a good thing. I think the fact that the full Scottish Premiership's in it, and that's obviously going to be a selling point when you go to Chile in the morning as well. But
exactly.
The fact it's in Nuns, I think it's always
That's it. I think the next leg of their press tour is in Chile, and they're desperate to know if St Mirren's in the game.
Livingston as well.
Oh yeah.
But what I thought was interesting as well when we did the presentation, some of the players from the other teams looked as if they got real faces. Effie Ambrose for Hibs.
I wasn't expecting that.
Kyle Lafferty, who might be going to the Zombies man, but he looks as if he's got a real face on it as well. So.
Yeah, that was the big surprise for me today, I think, because I obviously already said that Celtic players and Rangers players were all being scanned, but to have some Hibs, Aberdeen, Hearts players with real faces as well was a nice wee touch.
Yeah.
Obviously not everyone, but like the important players. But overall, I'm quite happy with it. I'm looking forward to it. I've played FIFA for many a year as my main game, and although I play Pro every now and then, the fact that Celtic's in FIFA, I've always liked that, and I've always been hassling them on Twitter saying put Celtic Park in it, and obviously they just don't do it. And now Konami's came forward and says, right, we'll do it. I was like, okay, sold.
It's one of those ones I've never switched to FIFA. I think that leaning, that loyalty's there as well, but even the things when you showed me Celtic and FIFA, it's like it looks, the jerseys look alright, but the faces are always worth the average.
That's the thing. The Celtic and FIFA is bare minimum because they've got it's quantity over quality. Like the FIFA's got like so many leagues, like 40 leagues or whatever it is in it. So they've got like the Chile league and the Turkish league and all these leagues in it. But other than the kind of multi-billion-dollar teams, your Barcelonas and all that, all the rest of the teams are just the strips are real, the names are real, but the players just look fake as fuck. And that's always been the case with Celtic. None of the players look like them except for Scott Sinclair, because he gets scanned when he was playing in England, and when he moved, his face went with him. But all the rest look fuck all like them. So yeah, it's nice to see them getting some respect. But yeah, so overall we're happy with it.
I'm looking forward to it. It's to practice with the controller,
and who knows, maybe in the future we'll maybe record some Bear Cup matches, live Bear Cup matches, and the
intensity will transcend over the airwaves.
Well, there'll be so much more to play for because we know the world will be watching.
Exactly.
All 24 people who watch the video
will
will
photograph of the presentation of the cup.
Exactly, that'll need to be done as well. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. There will be more coverage of the game coming nearer launch at the end of August. Want to get hold of the review code, and then expect loads of kind of coverage of Celtic in the game once they're in it. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe and do all that shit you're supposed to do on YouTube. I'll catch you on Flip Flop with another video very soon. Kevin Scullion, thank you very much for guesting on this.
No job.
Do you have any final words to the boys and girls listening?
God bless.
God bless. Bold words. Thank you very much. Goodbye.